Hi everyone, welcome to the Liverpool Connection podcast. It's the dream team today. It's me and Glenn. We haven't been on a pod together for a long time, and I haven't done like a review show in a long time. But today's pod going to delve into the Europa League group and who the hell we're playing, where the hell we're playing. It's actually not as obscure as I first thought after I had to Google who these teams are, and then also we'll preview the Aston Villa game coming up on Sunday. So, how are you, mate? It's good to see your face. Been a while.
It has been a while, yeah. I had a week or so back in England. Went to the Bournemouth match as well, which is really good. But yeah, I haven't seen you in ages. I've been on the pub in ages as well, so it's good to get back and speak about the Reds. And it's a bit of a mad day to get on, is it? And speak. Well, I suppose we'll leave that one for another pod.
Well, I mean, it's actually I'm so happy me and you stayed away from that from all the deadline day drama, but that's been covered by the other lads. So well done there. Let's get into this Europa League group. We're in Group E. So we go to Austria, Belgium, and France, which isn't too bad because I actually thought we were going to like Lithuania and Luxembourg and Romania, but those countries aren't bad.
No,
Not that the other countries are bad. It's just it's a pain in the arse to get to, isn't it?
Yeah, it's travel wise. I mean, you couldn't have really have asked for three any closer countries, could you really? Couple of hours at most. Teams are pretty shite, all three of them. So you would fancy, hopefully, by the fourth game, we're through. And yeah, you can probably get away with not playing not many strong players, and I think it's pretty ideal draw, to be fair. Pretty ideal.
Yeah, I mean, we've got Lask in Austria, Union, SG, Belgium, and then Toulouse in France. Which one do you think's the toughest one out of those three? The one you can pronounce?
Probably the French, probably Toulouse, to be fair, just because they're playing the better league. But I don't know. I actually, because I'm going to be in England. I'm going to be back home in October, so I'm waiting now to see how it's going to pan out because I'm going to be there for one of the Europa League games, and I'm half wanted to be at home at Anfield so I go the game. But then I did text my missus today and say, "Do you fancy a little trip to Europe when we're home? We can have a nice little adventure." And she's like, "Yeah, that sounds really nice." And I just sent her a copy of the Europa League draw, and she's like, thinking she was going to go to Paris and a nice getaway, and I'm like, "No, we're going to Toulouse away."
Well, that's October 26th, right?
That date I'm there, yeah. But the fixtures.
Oh no, that's the game. So I know the first match is September 21st.
Yeah.
I don't know who we play.
No, it doesn't get announced until tomorrow.
Ah, all right. Yeah, I was looking for it, and I was like, yeah, do we play home, away first? So, yeah, I mean, it should be straightforward, shouldn't it? It sounds like Kelleher will be the goalie throughout Europa League, from what I'm reading, which I think will be nice for him, and for quite a few players to, get their toes wet on the beaches of these great cities they'll be going to.
Yeah, there's no. Sorry, mate. I was just going to say. Very cut you off. I was going to say. There's no doubt about it. When you see that Champions League draw yesterday, everyone's like, "Oh my god!" And then you see the pots and see the teams you're going to play, and it's a bit grim, isn't it? As in the fact of you want to be playing in the best tournament. But if you're going to look from the positive point of view, Keller's probably going to get every game. You're going to probably get more time for Doak. You're going to be able to play more of these midfielders together. They're going to get a little bit more time. You think Harvey's probably going to get a lot more game time. So there is positives. There is positives in it. The young centre back, as well. I can't pronounce. It's a concept. I think. He'll get time as well. So there is that. Really clutching at straws. But that is a really positive thing, I suppose.
Yeah, it's great when you can't really pronounce these teams' names, and then you can't pronounce the players that play for us, Glenn. Well done.
Yeah, I know. Well, I knew you weren't going to have a go either way. You're going to say the young lad. But no, it should be fun. I mean, Europa League, Europa League for actual match home Reds is really fun. I've been to Romania, and I've been to I've been to Bucharest, and I've been to Bucharest and Budapest, watching Liverpool, and it's just some of the best trips I've been on. So for a lot of those Reds, obviously they're going to be grounds that they've never been to. I mean, I know we played the Salutes about 10, 15 years ago or something like that. But the others, I'm not sure if we've played them before. So new grounds, new places to go, loads of adventures, going away from home, loads of fun as well. So hopefully I might be going on one if I can try and convince my missus.
Well, you saw the Union lads, didn't you, on the plane when you said they heard, they get to play us. That's what you want.
Yeah.
I loved it. I love that. I mean, they're like, we get to play Liverpool, at Anfield as well. So, it's great for their fans because they get to travel to Liverpool as well.
Yeah.
I mean, Europa League is what it is. We're in it. You're in it to win it. So let's just do it. Let's get to Dublin and have a cracking final, whoever it is against. But our main topic today is the Villa match coming up on Sunday at home. Tell you the truth, up until when they got their arses handed to them against Newcastle, they've been playing really well.
Yeah, well, I know it's only Hibs, but they've just battered Hibs over 2 legs, haven't they? And then obviously they battered Everton as well, which was dead funny. It was so they were just, it was like you being framed defending, wasn't it, on that game? I don't know if you've seen it, but oh my god, it was so funny. And then I think they beat Burnley as well last week, didn't they? So they're probably the best opposition in the world, but they seem to be scoring a lot of goals. And I'm really worried about it, mate. I'm not going. I mean, I know I spoke to you about it a couple of days ago, but I am really, really worried about it. I think they've got a really good system, really good shape, and they've got players that can really hurt us as well.
Yeah, well, Emery's, he's bought really well. I mean, I was looking at their midfield, and I'm going, I mean, they have 8, 9 really good, decent midfielders. I mean, they brought in Diaby. They've got Ramsey, the young lad Bailey, Dodonka, and it's the Italian lad, Zanola.
What are you talking about me saying about pronouncing names?
yeah, I know. You should be able to pronounce and Camera. Yeah, I mean, they've got some good players, and obviously, Ollie Watkins up front. I mean, they can hurt us, definitely. Oh, and they bought they got the Barca player.
Wait.
Yeah, the defender, and Torres as well, don't they?
Yeah, they seems like they bought a lot of players, to be fair. I mean, I'm not saying Torres is an answer for Liverpool, but he's quite highly thought of as well. As a centre back, he's really highly thought of. So the fact that they were able to get him in, but they seem to have a good shape about them, and they have a good idea of how they want to play. With the wing backs as well. Matty Cash chipped in last week, didn't he, have a couple of goals as well. So they've got a decent side, Villa. They are decent. I took the piss a little bit at Julian at the start of the season because how he's quite extreme about everything, and he seemed to think Villa might get into the top four. So I don't think they're going to do that. But I do think they're gonna give a lot of teams at the top bloody noses. And down that left channel, down our right side of the fence, down Trent's side, it's a big worry. It's a big worry because Ollie Watkins loves to sort of go into that area as well. And if we don't either stop the ball going in there or do something about it, where maybe Trent's not maybe going in as much, then that could be a serious problem for Liverpool at the weekend.
Well, we've got no Van Dijk, we've got no Canute, so it's going to be Matip and Gomez. Matip is not the fastest defender, so you've got to think Klopp has to rein in Trent a little bit, not play that high line, and I'm kind of nervous, just like you. There's too much space on that right side. We've seen it in the first 3 games. Even when Matip was playing, there's too much space to cover. Endo, has only just come in. Like I said before, I think he just thinks we play with 10 men every single match. I mean, poor bastard. He's coming in and he looked a bit clueless his first match, obviously, coming off the plane and then training one day with the team. He's had a week with the team now. So, he could probably do a lot better positional wise. But yeah, I'm with you on the Trent thing. Like, I think maybe Sunday is a time for him just to rein it in a little bit.
Yeah. It's a really tough one, isn't it? Because obviously, I was trying to think of who their left fullback is. It's Digne as well, and like you say what you want about him, but he is good at getting forward, isn't he? You sort of him, and then Ollie Watkins going into those channels. That is going to be a problem. It's a sort of game where I wouldn't mind us being, like you say there. I mean, I've said it so many times on this. I wouldn't mind us setting up 10 yards back, 15 yards back. I mean, obviously not like to the Newcastle sort of level, obviously with what happened, but the fact that we had to play a little bit deeper, and I've been saying it for ages, if we just play a little bit more deeper, and every now and then, even with defending on our 18, I'm not saying for this particular game, I'm saying if we defend a bit deeper and we look to maybe playing a little bit behind, every now and then, we've got the players for it. We've got so much pace on the counter attack that I think I don't think it's a bad thing to do. If we go 1-0 up, I'm not saying we just sit on the edge of our box and just stay there, but I'd like to see us be a little bit more like that at times. And I think if we probably had another centre back, right, you would maybe say this might not be a bad game for Joe Gomez to even start right back, and then we don't even try the hybrid thing for this particular game, just because we've had problems with it. So, with that said, I have absolutely no clue. I mean, defensively, I think there's not much you can do really, is the defensively, other than what you would think. Midfield, though, not a clue.
I think just going by, what we've seen in the last 2 games, I think it's going to be the same. Endo, Maka, and Slobbo starting. I just do. I think Klopp's going to stick with that for a bit, because the international break is coming. So that's a bit of a help. Well, it can be help and a hindrance as well. I mean, if you're on a swing, and doing well like we are at the moment, and then you get put a stop for frigging 10 days, 2 weeks. But I think he'll go. I think, but you never know with Klopp. But I'm still worried. Not just. I want us to step back a bit too, because I think the issue we've been having as well is the ball over the top. when we're too high. We're basically camping on the halfway line, maybe 5 yards over the halfway line, and they're just doing over the top. And Trent's not the fastest either. And Watkins and Ramsey are really fast.
Yeah,
And
it doesn't seem like the hardest way to we're not getting like carved open. It seems to be just easy.
I mean, is it going to be a season where it's like like the 2014, where it's like we'll just score loads, but we'll concede loads as well?
I think so. Yeah, I think so. I think I mean, for me, there's either two things. I was saying this to my mate at the Bournemouth game. I was like, we've either got to change our shape, or we have to bring someone in that's a little bit different. And maybe Endo will be this player. I don't know. I mean, we've seen him play. Where we've had 10 men in both games. Newcastle away, come on for his first game, 60 minutes, and we're down to 10 minutes. Well, it's not fair to really say, and maybe he will be. But if we need to have that sort of mindset in midfield, more of a defensive mindset. But I said to you before there, like I didn't really know what the midfield is, and then as I was saying it, I'm thinking, well, Gravenberch's obviously not going to play. Obviously can't play. Jones is out again. Thiago's got another injury again. Don't think Bajcetic will be back to play. So, I mean, it is sort of what you said, really, isn't it? When you think about it, feels like we've got a lot of options in there. Do you think there might be a chance where I know he's done Gakpo. He's done Gakpo in a few of these games from the start. Do you think he would do that and play Gakpo as one of those 8 midfielders, and then put Nunes through the middle, or not?
I think he's just going to stick with the same team that he started with against Newcastle. I think Gakpo will start, Diaz and Salah. Yeah, I think he'll play Nunes and Jota off the bench again.
Would you play Nunes?
Yeah,
it's tough, isn't it?
Yeah, I mean, 2 quality goals. I mean, that's exactly why we bought him, because he can do those runs. And, they were nearly identical runs and identical goals. I mean, the world's his oyster. He's a madman there. There's so much potential there that I just feel like we've got to get our midfield right before he starts playing like regular, like not coming off the bench. I think he adds, to me, when Nunes comes off the bench, he adds a bit more, another dimension to the attack. Gakpo is totally different than Nunes, because Gakpo can come back a bit. Nunes isn't, very defensive minded. I mean, yeah, he's done that one run where he ran the whole end of the pitch to do a tackle, but that's once in a blue moon. I just think Gakpo at the moment gives us a little structure.
Yeah, it's tough, mate, isn't it? I've been sort of back and forth on it, because I think Nunes is amazing when there's space in behind, isn't he? Where he can run in, when he can run into space, and he can run into channels. He just makes things happen. And I feel with Villa, you might need to be a little bit more defensively minded with a Gakpo in there. But after you've scored 2 unbelievable goals like that, and the way it's ended, I just think for his actual confidence, for him not to start, it seems a bit.
It does, but on the other hand, though, don't you want him biting, frothing at the mouth, I want to get on again and prove myself. I mean, there's that 50-50 where you want to build his confidence slowly. He comes on, he scores 2 fantastic worldies for me. But you also have to think about the team, and I think that's what Klopp's doing. He's like, The lad's learning more and more English, and people go, communication wise, he's got to learn, doesn't he? I mean, that's just football. But I just think he'll sit this one out. I do. I mean, but doing these like preview shows and stuff, like it's just our opinion. Klopp could be obviously thinking totally different. You never know. We might even see Jota starting.
I was going to say, yeah. I was going to say, what would you do? Because I thought all the subs were brilliant at the weekend, and I particularly thought Jota was brilliant. His link-up play, his work off the ball was absolutely class. But then it's a bit harsh on Diaz as well, isn't it? Because obviously he's the one who had to get hooked. So I mean, it's a great problem to have, isn't it? The fact that you've got 5 of them that are. I mean, we've probably got the best forwards in the league, isn't it? Collectively, hopefully in a couple of days we've only got 4 of them. We've not got 4 of them. But yeah, it's amazing to have them, and if you've got 2 of them on playing, then you've got them to come on. Yeah, you've got them to come on. So it's a great problem to have. I do want to ask you, but I don't really want to get too much into it. He'll play on the right, won't he? He will play number 11.
What?
Salah will play.
Of course he will. Yeah, it's just a load of bollocks. I mean, to me, if the Saudi team wanted him, they would have gone in July. I really do. And it's funny. I saw a few messages on Twitter and stuff saying it's a PR stunt by the Saudi team. I mean, when Klopp was, in his presser, was like adamant, like he's not going anywhere, and that's it. And Mike Gordon said, no, that's it. There wasn't much more. I mean, we've all said it, haven't we? If 200 million was offered at the beginning of mid-June, July, you would take it for a 31-year-old, wouldn't you?
Yeah, you would.
It's hard. I mean, whether you're FSG in, out, shake it all about. 200 million is hard to pass up for a 31-year-old.
Yeah. There's something about it, mate. I mean, don't get too much in it because I know we'll probably do another one on it. But yeah, I worry. I'm not gonna lie. I am a little bit worried about it. But let's go back to the game because we'll go into rabbit holes. But are we gonna win?
Yeah, I think so. I do. I'm a bit more positive than you. I just fear we're on a good way at the moment. I mean, we showed, in the last 2 games, playing with 10 men for, 60, 70% of the time. We've shown like the mentality monsters came back for me. There was players actually, playing for the badge again. Like it's nice to see. The players are smiling again, which makes me smile. I just think we'll just pip Villa, and it always to me, I'm just hoping we start fast and we get an early goal, kind of settle things down a bit. I think Villa might get a goal. They have a goal in them, and we have a goal to give away. Just by what I've watched in the first 3 matches, but I just think we'll have enough to beat Villa.
I think the bet this year, if you're gonna have a little bet, is both teams to score and Liverpool are playing, isn't it? Because it's gonna be one of them. It's gonna be one of those seasons, I think. And yeah, I'm not confident about it at all. I'm probably gonna be a bit of a misery, but I am a bit worried about it. I'm not gonna lie. I think either Liverpool are going to come from behind and win, or I think it'll be a draw. But Christ, I hope I'm wrong. Be good to go into it's internationals the week after, right?
Yeah, and then we don't come back till Wolves,
Yeah,
like
so good to go in.
16th. Yeah, but um, you heard any word on Van Dijk's ban?
It's 2 minutes, 2 days, 2 games.
Is it 2 games? Because I've seen the rumours it's only two, but then you hear like they want to make an example of him, but I would have thought that would have already been done
Yeah, it's already
already.
happened, mate. We can't go any more than that with our shortcomings at centre half. So yeah, it's just the 2 games, thankfully.
Yeah, I'm looking forward to me. If anybody likes to know our life, me and Glenn are going down the pub Sunday.
Yeah,
Bright and early here in Austin, Texas. It'll be 8 o'clock in the morning kickoff. So yeah, we'll be all. We just need a cup of tea and a slice of toast.
we can't have a pint at 10 o'clock in the morning and 8 o'clock until 10 o'clock, can you, in Texas?
Yeah, that's the thing.
And then hopefully watch a decent United Arsenal game as well. But
hopefully United and Arsenal lose that match.
yeah,
if it could be possible. But yeah, I'm a bit more positive with how things have turned out, like in the transfer window and everything. So yeah, I mean, there's nothing we can do till January now. So it's all aboard the Liverpool train and see how it works out. But if any lasting words.
No, not for me. No, just I've not much else to say. Really. I'm quite miserable about the Reds at the minute. I don't want to be. I think it's the centre back thing, and I think it's going to make little biters in the bum a little bit. I'm so excited about some of these new players that we've got, like Szoboszlai and McAllister. I think are going to be absolutely amazing. But these centre backs, it's worrying me a little bit. But anyway, that's for another one. That's for another day.
Yeah, let's just be upbeat on this one, and let's get a good win Sunday and enjoy it. I'm gonna enjoy being out in 100-degree weather for 3 months now. No rain, no nothing. It's just dry as hell over here. But yeah. Anyways, I know you don't want to listen to me waffle on, but please like and subscribe and put your notifications on, all that good stuff. What we got coming up? I've got a couple of football and music pods coming out. One with Crafty Cuts, who is a DJ and producer on Finger Licking Records and Against the Grain. And then a really cool one. Got the Prodigy's Leroy Thornhill. He's an Arsenal fan, but had a really good chat with him about his career, starting off in the Prodigy and then going on to produce his own stuff and DJing, and then why he supports Arsenal, what his best Liverpool Arsenal match was, and all that good stuff. But yeah, look out for that. Also got Chris Lawler story pod coming out, and yeah, there's lots of good stuff coming up. I'm sure we'll come up with something for the international break, because we don't talk internationals on here, so we'll come up with something, a good song and dance. But until next time, see you later.